Tonight, as the city of Aiken works on changing its zoning and subdivision regulations to modernize standards, neighbors are working on preserving history. City Council deeming the Hitchcock Stables as, quote, non-contributing structures, meaning they do not contribute to the district's overall historic character. With that, let's bring in your Kennedy Page. She's here with me live in studio. And Kennedy, you spoke with people in the community about these regulations and why they are pushing to keep the stables.
Yeah, I did. People I spoke with say it's all about maintaining that storybook charm that Aiken has. And now after the stables are receiving non-contributing status, they say they're left shocked and disappointed.
A landmark or contributing status.
It's a landmark property that could never be demolished, or it could be a contributing property. That means it's an important part of our history and modifications could be made, but it would have to be done through supervision from the city's design review board.
That's what some people in the Aiken community were hoping for the future of the Hitchcock Stables.
But the city just decided it was a non-contributing structure. It had no value, no historical value at all.
A structure so full of history.
The barn is 130 years old, and that's what makes it so special.
Left behind by a family well known in the Aiken community, the Hitchcocks.
Look what they contributed to Aiken. The Palmetto Golf Club, the Hitchcock Woods, the Aiken Hounds, the Aiken Horse Show, the polo field, the racetrack. All these things were things that the Hitchcocks gave to Aiken in perpetuity for the people of Aiken.
With potential to now be erased.
The deal was made that someone wanted to purchase the stables and the sellers want to sell, but the contingency of the deal from the purchasers was that they got permission to demolish or partially demolish the stables.
Many fear what this means for the future of the community.
This is not just one step. To me, this is the step off a cliff because of the precedents being established.
And left wondering what this means for historic preservation.
There are a lot of charming small towns, and there's a lot of history in the South. But Aiken is unique because of the horses, and I think that's a history that they need to really protect.
And what truly has value.
This is their authentic stables and still in good, usable, and practically unaltered condition. If that has no historic value, what does?
And Smith says despite people's differences, she's been in the barn recently and says it's in beautiful condition. And even though she's very picky, she'd put her own horses in there.
And when you think about Aiken, you think about horses. With that, some people say, Kennedy, it's private property and the city shouldn't be able to tell property owners what to do with their land.
Yeah, that's true, but Lisa Smith says most of what Aiken's Design Review Board regulates is private property. She says they're strict about how you rebuild your fence, what color you paint your shutters, any kind of new construction or reconstruction on an old property. So her point is, what's different about this?
And then what about the ones who say the stables are too old to actually salvage?
Yeah, Lisa says the city said the same thing about Hotel Aiken at one point until ultimately deciding to save it after pushback from the community. Also, she says you're not allowed to let your property fall down, especially not in the historic district. Owners are or should be responsible for maintaining their property.
Well, hopefully she'll keep pushing and salvage this property. A lot of rich history. Thank you so much for this report tonight, Kennedy. We appreciate you.